Good evening and happy Monday to you. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about fitness today, health and fitness, and what that means to you and kind of where you are with that. Um, just a lot of us have different goals with this, and I think it's really important to realize where you're at and kind of honor that. And if you are not where you want to be, how do you get back to that? So I want to talk to you about starting with your definition. What is fitness? What does being healthy mean to you? Because it's a little bit different for everyone. And this might be something that changes for you. I know for me that as a former athlete, as a former fitness competitor, that my view of what strong, what healthy, what fitness means to me has changed over the years. And right now, being healthy doesn't and being strong and being fit doesn't just mean that I am strong in the gym, that my body has a low body fat percentage. It means that I take care of my body by moving it every day. I take care of my body by eating good foods that feel good in my body. It also means that, I'm very aware of what's around me, not just in my fitness stuff, but also like the people that I hang out with, the activities that I engage in, the music I listen to. I want to make sure that it's not just about how my body feels and looks. It's also about my mind. It's about for me also spiritual connection and just like taking care of all of that and looking at that as like the whole instead of just focusing on the body or the eating or whatever it is. So that's kind of my definition. And a big thing that's become part of my daily routine is self-care, and that has been a game changer for me. And that means for me, and then I think this is a little bit different for everyone. So I would be interested to hear what you have as far as self-care. But for me, it is getting up in the morning, and before I do anything else, before I look at Facebook, before I look at Instagram, before I look at anything, I am doing some guided meditation or some quiet meditation that gives me time to connect with myself and sometimes set an intention for the day. I do some journaling where I do gratitude and I do some affirmations. And I like that routine of getting that done in the morning to kind of set my day up for success. And that has been huge for me. And I also lately have been listening to guided meditation at night as well. And those have helped me immensely connect with myself and be more aware of who I am, because this is kind of off topic, but I feel like our world runs 110 miles a minute and we have so many things going on that we forget to connect with us and see who we are and what we want, purpose, things like that. So being connected to yourself, I think, is really important and can be really helpful for pretty much anyone. So after you figure out your definition, kind of thinking about where you're at currently. So my fitness journey has been like ups and downs, and I had a lot of um, I had a lot of challenges come up. I used to do competitions, like I said, and there was a lot of things that came with that. There was a lot of guilt and shame that I experienced around food. I had some body dysmorphia issues. And when I decided not to compete anymore, it was it was really hard for me to develop a better relationship with my body and food and what fitness meant to me. So it has taken me a long time, a few years even, to repair that relationship. And I am still working on it. But right now, I kind of do what feels good for me. I used to lift a lot of weights, and now I go in spurts, and I'm like open to that. So like this past full week, I haven't really gone to the gym or lifted weights, and because I didn't really feel like going, and that was okay for me. So what I did is I did walks. It was really nice outside most of the week. So I took my dog Hercules on walks, and we did, 5 to 8 miles every day. and we just got back from 5 miles of walking. So I'm not inactive, but going to the gym doesn't have to be the only source of working out that I do. Um, I also do, I like to swim, and I did a lot of swimming this summer. I have been lifting weights fairly consistently for about 3 weeks, and then I took kind of a week off, and I'm okay with that. So that's my current state. So I'm able to evaluate that. Am I want where I want to be? I don't have a weight or a anything that I am striving towards. I want to feel good, and I want to talk about this too. This last weekend, I don't know if you guys get this, but I don't know what was up with me. Like I wasn't getting my period, but I was just so bloated, and like I felt, and this is the truth. Like I'm really comfortable with my body usually, and I don't feel this way typically, but I was feeling kind of like just really heavy. Like my skin, it felt uncomfortable. And I noticed that I was having a lot of cravings for like sweet processed food. And I was definitely entertaining those cravings. And I think it just all kind of caught up with me this weekend. And then I was just feeling kind of icky. And then yesterday I felt better. Today it was like totally gone. So I don't know what that was, but I feel okay. Um, some of the challenges that I have is that I'm an entrepreneur and I work from home. And sometimes I feel like I can get a little bit stuck. Or if I have a lot of other things going on, in the past, I have let my fitness stuff slide, but I have done a better job with that. So, what is your challenge? Like, what's challenging for you to make this happen for yourself? And how do you find a solution? Is fitness a priority to you? Because a lot of people will say, I can't find time. I don't have the time. Well, and it's so funny because we have all of these things to save us time, right? Like we have phones that we can pay our bills online. We can do all of these things in a time saving manner, but are we really saving time? No, but carving out time to do the things that are priority to you. So if you have some things that you're looking at in your life that you're like, I'm not really sure why I'm doing this, or this isn't very meaningful for me, let go of some stuff, and maybe reprioritize what is important to you right now. Because sometimes we could go through patterns where something is really important to us, and then after a while, it's just not. So go through and see what you've got. What do you have that you could get rid of? What do you have that you could change around so that you are creating time? And how do you maximize your time, but also have some forgiveness for yourself? Because sometimes things happen, like they don't go the way that we planned, and that's okay. So if it is a priority for you, you will make time for it. If it's not a priority to you, you can say, I don't have the time, or it doesn't matter enough to me, and that's okay. So making little changes instead of like, oh my gosh, I'm going to start on this new health and fitness journey and I'm going to change everything. That is a recipe for disaster. Pick one thing. Pick one thing that you can work on this week that you can do to move yourself forward. Maybe it is drinking more water. That's one that I for sure need to work on. Drinking, and maybe less coffee. I don't know, but I love coffee so much. Drink more water, maybe getting up 10 minutes earlier than you usually to do some self-care, and finding out what that looks like for you. Maybe committing to a certain amount of trips to the gym this week. Maybe 3 is what you're starting with. And I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to go 6 times this week. Start small so that you can move forward, because you can always add more. It's hard when you overwhelm yourself and you have too many options. So having like one thing that you can move yourself forward with will help you not be so overwhelmed. And sometimes getting back to it is actually harder than just starting, because and I find this too, like when I was competing and I was building muscle, and my body looked different than it looks right now. And that's fine, But sometimes when I go to the gym and I start getting into like a lifting routine again, it's hard for me to look in the mirror. And this is just honest. It's hard for me to look in the mirror because I don't look like how I used to look like. But then I also remember I don't want to or need to look like that anymore. You know, I was competing in figure. So I was trying to build muscle and get bigger. And I'm actually smaller right now than I was last time I was on stage weight wise, because there were some years there that I just didn't really do a whole lot of working out, honestly, because I had such a hard time getting back into it and figuring out what this meant to me. So right now is kind of my getting back into it at my own level. So I am having forgiveness and patience and meeting myself where I'm at. So I wanted to talk about that with you and just see, like, where are you at with your fitness? Where are you, honestly? What is challenging you? Are you creating time and space for things that are yours? Like I said, we have this world that moves so fast around us, and sometimes it's hard to slow down and just breathe and just be. But honestly, one of the things that, this is going to sound so corny, but one of the things that I noticed today when I was taking my dog for a walk was how beautiful the still water is when you can see the reflection of everything around it in the water. But what that made me think about was that if you don't ever take the time to be still and to be quiet, you can never see it. You can never do any reflection because you're doing too many other things. So creating that space for yourself where you have time to connect with yourself, time to reflect upon your life, and if it is what you want, if it's going in the direction that you want, because if it's not, you can change it, and it can be anything. But we are responsible for creating the life that we love. And if there's something in your life that you don't love, let it go. You know, if there's something that's preventing you from moving forward, figure a way around it. You know, so just keep moving forward. Like with the fitness stuff, just keep moving forward. You know, if it's one change this week, it could be another change next week. We're thinking big picture. You know, a lot of us, because we have such a scarcity and fear-based society where everything is about instant gratification. And there's literally a meme that's like, I've dieted for a day. Am I lean yet? Do I look different? No, this stuff takes time. And for me, I want to be fit for life. And I want to be 80 years old and still like be able to go mountain biking, go hiking, do all kinds of outdoor stuff that I love. And if I don't take care of myself now, I'm not going to be able to do that stuff. So that's kind of my goal with fitness, is to be able to do things. Like, I'm entertaining the idea of a triathlon because I used to run and swim, and I can learn how to cycle. But just having some goals for yourself in life, you know, just having something to look forward to, that keeps you going. Because one of the things that I had a hard time with after competition was, if I don't have a goal for myself, why am I working out? And it took me a while to come up with I want to be fit for life. You know, I'm an athlete. I want to be able to run. I want to be able to jump. I want to be able to swim. I want to be able to do all of the things that my body is capable of. And I don't just need to lift heavy weights to make myself look a certain way. So it's kind of interesting to see, you know, take a little inventory of where you're at with your fitness and health, and where do you want to go, and just start moving that way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys again soon. I put a little poll on here. I want to see what kind of information really connects with people. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment. Let me know what you thought, and I will see you guys again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.